Hey, it's Andy. Welcome to UCASH. This tutorial video is all for new users that want to load up their UCASH account for the first time. I'm going to explain 3 different methods to load up your UCASH account that I'll be covering in today's video. First is load cash online, second, load cash in person, and lastly, quick load. Let's start first with a load cash online transaction. So a load cash online transaction method is where you, the user, is sending fiat in one of many forms of payment over in an online to a converter without meeting them in person by uses such as e-transfer, PayPal, direct deposit, etc., etc. I'll leave you to decide the payment method. Now, once you're logged to the portal on portal.u.cash, you'll want to select at the top right-hand corner of the menu button for a drop-down listing all our services and features. Now, we're going to want to select Load, which is under the User Services tab. Now, along the top of these ads listed here are buttons to sort or filter each column. I'll leave you to determine your preferences. Now, for test purposes, we're going to search for the ad I previously created, which is right here. Now, once you've seen the ad and you're happy with the rates and the method of payment that is suitable to your needs, we're going to click Deposit. Now, this brings you to the first stage out of the 4 stages to complete a task. This page allows you to view in depth the payment method, risk, fees, terms of trade, and the converter's information before you enter the amount of digital fiat you want to receive. So I want about, let's say 20 Canadian dollars worth of digital fiat. So as you see from down here, these are the fees and total. So the total is the amount that is automatically calculated based off the fees. So this is the fee that you are going to pay in order to receive $20 worth of digital fiat. Now, once you're happy with the surcharge, we're going to select Submit. Now, this brings us to the stage 2, the processing to complete the trade. So from here, the converter is notified that you have requested a trade. So this is where we want to pay the converter that $22.40 through e-transfer and hand them the password. You or the user should initiate a conversation using the chat box below so there's no confusion where or what email you're going to send the method of payment to. Once that's figured out, you, the user, have to fulfill your end of the bargain by clicking Mark Payment Complete. This says, hey, I've paid you and I've done my part of the bargain. So we're gonna go through this here. So right here, the converter messages me saying to send the e-transfer over to johndoe123@gmail.com. So we're gonna do a little bit of role playing and pretend that we have just sent over the e-transfer. So we're gonna reply back to the converter and say, hey, I've sent out the e-transfer. The password is 123456, let's say. So now that we did our end of the bargain, we're gonna wanna hit Mark Payment Complete. Now, this brings us to the next stage where the payment is done. So from here, you will not receive your funds until the converter confirms the payment is received. Then he or she will then release the digital fiat funds into your UCASH account. All we could do is wait until the converter confirms that the payment has went through to their account, and they should release it pretty soon. And that completes stage 4. Now your UCASH account is loaded with digital fiat. Now, for whatever reason you've done your end of the bargain, but the converter has not released the funds into your UCASH account for whatever reason, after 90 minutes, you have the option, you won't see it here, but from the last page, there is a dispute button that will be available to click if you're having any issues receiving your funds. Now, load online was one of the 3 methods to load your UCASH account. The second method I stated to load up your UCASH account is load cash in person. Load cash in person, the word itself is self-explanatory. You're going to load up your account in person using physical fiat cash in hand, transacting the trade in person with a converter in a public area. The process is actually very similar to an online load. Now, we're going to go back into the menu and select Load under User Services. Now at the top, if you noticed this before, there are actually two tabs that differentiate whether you're viewing an Load Online ad or a Load Cash in Person ad. So we're going to click Load Cash in Person for this purpose. Now, just for test purposes, like before, I already have an ad that's ready to go. We're going to click Deposit. And wow, look at that. Deja vu, remember this page? We're going to fill out how much digital fiat we'd like to load up in our account. Let's put $20. Now, after the fees that this converter is charging, it comes up to $27.40. Now, I'm okay with the charges. I'm going to select Submit. Now, we're going to role play a little bit here. Myself or the converter will initiate a conversation so we can determine where we're going to meet. So in this case, the converter actually mentioned, meet me at the Starbucks on Yonge and King in about 15 minutes. Sure, see you soon. Hit send. Now we're just going to pretend we just met up at the Starbucks. So I hand him $27.40, the total amount after the fees. From here, the converter will give you a OTP, which is another word for one-time PIN. Now that OTP is a very vital key to move forward with the trade. As you can see, if you click the mark payment complete, a confirmed payment appears to confirm that the payment has been done. So he will hand you this PIN, and this is where you want to enter the PIN. Another thing would be the converter will not give this PIN to you if he has not received the complete payment from you. So it is determined whether the converter is ready to move forward. Now, we're going to enter our 2FA code as well to move forward with this trade, saying we have marked this payment complete. 925042. Click yes to confirm. Now you're on to the final stage where the converter is just confirming everything and will release the funds to you as soon as possible. So we're just gonna wait here. And as easy as that, you successfully loaded your UCASH account from an Load Cash in Person ad. Now, I didn't mention this before. After every trade, whether it's an online or in-person transaction, you can choose to leave feedback to the converter by clicking Feedback to Converter and clicking one of the 5 options below and a box for extra comments. We will say that he was trustworthy, very quick and precise. And update feedback. Now, lastly, we have one type of way to load your account, and that is a quick load. I won't even need to show you anything related to the portal. We're going to role play a bit and I will break down the process. So you will find an ad about an MSB converter within your local area. Simply show up in person to the store, go up to the converter and simply ask to load your account with the amount that you want and give them the email that is connected straight to your UCASH account. The converter will then tell you the total amount after their fees, just like we did in the previous examples. Then you do your method of payment as you would like at any store. Then, just like that, your account is loaded up with an amount of digital fiat desired. Hope you've mastered how to load online, load in person, and do a quick load. Empower your world with UCASH.